On Tuesday, November 3rd, there'll be an election for mayor of the city of Minneola, Florida. Today's guest is running for his third term. In the interest of full disclosure, I should tell you that I'm a friend of Mayor David Yeager. However, when I was chosen to conduct this interview, one of the stipulations I had was that no topic was off limits. And without hesitation, Mayor Yeager said he would answer any and all questions. This is just another reason why I respect the man. He was born and raised in Baltimore and has lived in Minneola for 15 years. In 2002, he was elected to city council, then elected as mayor in both 2005 and 2007. Ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome incumbent Mayor David Yeager.
Thank you.
David, you've been elected official for 9 years, and now you're running for your third term. Why?
There's so much to do. Minneola is a small town next to a town that Claremont has had many years to go forward with infrastructure and quality of life. And Minneola basically didn't follow suit. They were just kind of dormant there. In the last 4 years, we've annexed about 4,000 acres and turnpike entrance. So there's a lot of incredible things that come to Minneola and South Lake County.
Well, in your 2 terms as mayor, what is your most gratifying accomplishment?
I think just the opportunity to become mayor. One day a man knocked on my door and asked me if I would like to be mayor, and didn't know what mayor was actually. Never involved in government, just a guy that went to work and came home, and I said, what a country. Somebody actually thinks you could be mayor. And I lost by 65 votes to Glenn Irby, actually, the first time I ever ran for mayor.
Well, let's get into some of the things you've dealt with as mayor. When Amendment 1 was passed, Florida cities, their budgets were cut. Minneola dealt with that issue. There was a vote to increase the millage rate. Tell us about the services that would have been cut and why you voted the way you did.
Actually, we got a double whammy. We had Amendment 1, got the double exemption, and then what happened, home values plummeted, and then that, obviously, your assessment value was less, so taxes were less. We had a budget hearing for the 2009 budget in 2008, and in that time what happened was we had some council members that actually wanted to cut recreation, eliminate it, and cut fire department one person per shift, and that would compromise public safety. So I was basically by myself. The vice mayor was out of town. I was by myself, and kind of heard everything was going on, and I said maybe I missed that meeting, but that can't happen. So we went out to the public. I sent a letter out to everybody that lives in Minneola and gave my point of view and said we can't do this, so we need your support. We had over 500 people in the city hall that said, you know what, we need to do the right thing, and they raised the millage rate. So we raised the millage rate. It's about $30 a household, and we're better for it. And again, if you go out to the people and let the people really decide, 5 people shouldn't decide the destiny of your town. The people should decide. And in this case, the people came out and said, no, you're not going to cut the fire department. No, you're not going to close recreation. In Minneola, we have probably the most popular recreation program in South Lake County. We probably have 15 to 20 programs consistently, and so I thought it was very important. And you know, it could have went either way. I mean, the public could have said, no, enough, we're not going to pay any more millage rate. But if anybody knows how I react, I'll stick with my guns, and it may take me out, and it did before in the different elections, but that's all right. At the end of the day, you look at the light at the end of the tunnel, and you know what you're going for the right purpose.
Talk a little bit about your rec department, because that is, you are right, it's one of the most well-organized rec departments that I've seen. Could you elaborate on what they do, some of the things they provide?
Yeah, when I was in council back in 2001, we didn't even know what a rec department was. Louis Wise was our finance manager, and she became our city manager in the later date. But you know, it was funny. Council said, it's a rec department, what are we going to do with that? And that's when I had brought the idea of Celebration of Praise Church to buy it, to make it a city hall. And everybody said, it's a church. I said, no, truly it's a box with a church inside. Let's take a stab at it. And I 5 times I got turned down, and I don't give up very easily. So I went to Louis Wise and I said to council, I said, do me a favor, do the numbers, come back with the numbers, and then let's make a decision. Well, we came back with the numbers, made a decision, told how much it would cost us, and we did it. That's when the recreation department started, and it's been incredible ever since. We have senior walk, we have floor hockey, we have Zumba. I don't know what Zumba is, but we have it. We have plenty of opportunities for people to use the hall for weddings. We have volleyball, we have paddle basketball. So it's a great facility, and where the city has a great opportunity is where the rubber meets the road. People are very disenchanted about government in general, and if the city isn't where they connect, they can never connect. Now, I go to Tallahassee and I don't connect there, so how would you feel if you're a regular citizen and didn't have city government, and then you had to deal with county government, and say if you take county away and you had to go with state government, you would be really upset.
Well, if we can get back to the fire department in particular, you voted to support an increase in the millage. You fought for that. We were able to keep that one extra firefighter on staff. And now you're pushing for a Unigov system. Could you explain what a Unigov system is and how and why it would work?
First of all, I'm the one who brought the fire idea back in probably 2001. And the first comment I got, well, someone could die, and I know that's part of the deal. But at that time, the county had BLS service. I wanted ALS service. The county said no, and I said, I want to start a fire department. Basically, they didn't like that, and we had unions go against me. But the bigger picture is, if I can't afford a fire department, and the people can't take any more taxation, so then, that's just right out there. But if we can't afford a fire department, and I think in the bigger picture, with Orlando and Orange County, they're going to have to do something. We all can't have our own services. Now, that being said, we're doing fine. We still have enough money in the budget. We're taking care of the fire department. It's not a problem. But if it comes to the point of not having a fire department and doing Unigov in a minute.
Well, when we come back in our next segment, we're going to ask Mayor Yeager if he really thinks an indoor ski slope in Minneola will become a reality. And what about that gaming casino? And then we're going to ask you folks in the audience to bring in your questions. So, we'll be right back.